Hello and welcome to the stimulus package update on May 6th. Today we have news with the second stimulus package and some potentially unfortunate news there, the Paycheck Protection Program, and some really interesting news regarding the tax implications and some EIDL grant news. So starting right away with the second stimulus package, to be honest, it's currently not looking the greatest for additional stimulus checks, direct payments to people. Many Republicans have expressed disinterest in additional direct payments to citizens as a form of the next stimulus package, the next coronavirus relief bill. They're looking at a lot of other things and avenues to go down as the economy reopens and businesses start opening back up shop. A major issue that the Republican Party is looking at is increased liability protection for businesses. I haven't seen any official guidance on what exactly that would look like, but I know that's really the most important thing that it seems like they're focusing on having some form of attention to in any future bills. And even Democrats seem to be shifting a lot of their focus from direct stimulus payments to other form of relief, like relief for small local governments or state governments or state programs like unemployment or food stamps. There seems to be less and less talk about additional stimulus payments as time goes on. Does this mean that we'll definitely see no additional direct assistance in a future plan? No, we could still see something like that. However, it just seems like as of this week, the party's attention has shifted slightly to other kinds of relief programs. And I'm thinking about doing an in-depth analysis of a student debt relief program. I'm wondering if you guys think that that would be interesting. There's all sorts of research papers and stuff on it that I think could make for some solid content. So let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. In Paycheck Protection news today, we have some really interesting things going on. First off, as of today, May 6th, 11.9% of small businesses have received funding through this program. This is up from 11.5% just yesterday. We still haven't seen the big spike in numbers that I've been hoping for. I remain hopeful. I have a hopeful demeanor in all of these things. However, I seem to be slightly disappointed every single day as I go over these numbers. Last week, we talked about how the IRS ruled that, yes, funds received through the Paycheck Protection Program are not counted towards income tax. However, any items that the funds are spent on and forgiven are not tax deductible. This means that those items could result in additional profits for the business that taxes would need to be paid on. This prevents a double tax benefit. If you want a more in-depth explanation on that, I have a whole nother video that goes over every single nuance of it. I posted it last week, so you can check that out. So I won't spend too much time on that today. But anyways, this may not be the case according to Congress. According to a Forbes article yesterday, a bipartisan group of congressional leaders formally alerted the Treasury Department that they believe the position taken in the IRS notice ignores the overarching intent of the Paycheck Protection Program, as well as the specific intent of Congress to allow deductions in the case of Paycheck Protection loan recipients. Now, this seems really interesting because it seems that all the sides have agreed that the IRS is interpreting this act incorrectly or altogether ignoring parts that comment on the tax implications. And last week, in order to demonstrate how deductions work in a situation like this, the IRS dug up some old cases and examples citing the denial of this double tax benefit in previous examples. So we kind of thought like, okay, that's how it works. But the whole issue that legislators are having is the entire point of a stimulus is to stimulate the economy and to have a tax benefit. If deductions are not allowed through this program, that means that the program will be roughly 1/3 less effective at stimulating the economy due to the tax consequences, due to the money that needs to be sent in later to taxes. Here's where I sit personally on this. I agree that yes, having tax deductions for that loan forgiveness means there's a double tax benefit. And there certainly are scenarios where a business could actually go down in revenue because of this pandemic, receive a Paycheck Protection loan, and actually end up with more profit this year than they did last year, despite having lower revenue. And that's basically what the IRS is trying to avoid. However, I also believe that the entire point of this stimulus package is to provide an economic boost. And if some people earn more because of a program, who cares? It just boosts the economy a little bit more. No one is harmed if there isn't taxes additionally paid on that. And eventually that additional money that is made will be spent, and then the IRS will make money off of the taxes on either the sales of that or wherever the money is going. They will make money off of that transaction. So I personally would be happy with whatever scenario, because either scenario is better than $0, but the whole point of a stimulus is to stimulate the economy. So if that's your goal, frame it in a way that stimulates the economy the most effective way possible. I mean, having the tax consequence makes a huge difference, up to 30 to 40% less effective if people have to pay taxes on those deductions. But nothing is officially done there. It just seems that legislators on both sides agree, like, hey, this isn't how it should work. So we might see some ruling that could potentially save just about every business owner thousands of dollars in taxes at the end of the year. So that would be a very, very exciting update. In EIDL grant news, as of today, May 6th, 14.1% of small businesses have received funding through the EIDL grant program. This is up from 13.9% just yesterday. It's not a very impressive increase in funding. However, I did read yesterday that yesterday was the leading day in EIDL loan applications processed. It was stated that over 4,000 disaster loans were processed yesterday, and that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that is increased over the average of only a few hundred a day on average every day before that. So 4,000 is a massive jump in numbers. So this likely signifies that if you have not received contact from the SBA, like I haven't, and you received your EIDL grant already, you may be receiving contact fairly soon, because it seems like their numbers are bumping up exponentially. Only about 40,000 loan applications have actually been processed through that program, so very few, 40,000 out of the millions who have applied. So I think we'll see some jumps up with people actually receiving contact. Whether you want to go through with that loan or not, that's up to you. And that's really all I have for today. Until next time, I'd like to thank you for watching, and hope you have a profitable day.